You're listening to the Screen Team on 930 KWOC.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
To infinity and beyond!
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Please, what does it always mean? This Junior.
That's his name. Henry Jones Jr.
Like Indiana.
We named the dog Indiana.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
I am your father.
My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Bond. James Bond.
And now the Screen Team on News Radio 930 KWOC. Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the Screen Team on today's Talk 930 KWOC. And I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Hope you're ready to listen to some movie reviews. We've got Sabrina and we got Laura Butler in the studio. How are we doing today, ladies?
Absolutely excellent.
Excellent is a good word to describe me as well.
I'm pretty excellent as well. So that's
I think that's up to debate.
Yeah, that's a word. Yeah.
Guys, we're going to be reviewing some movies this evening, but before we do so, we've lost two legends this week.
Amazing legends, yes.
Amazing legend. We lost Robin Williams, of course, comedian, great actor, nominated for Oscars 4 times. He won one for Good Will Hunting, and we lost one of the, last old school starlets of the day, Lauren Bacall.
Yeah, she's a beauty.
Beauty, and married to Humphrey Bogart back in the day, and man, very, very talented actress. So those two will definitely be missed. And coming up here in the next couple of weeks, we'll be doing a Robin Williams special, so be on the lookout for that. But today we've got Sabrina's picks, and Sabrina, what's first up on the agenda?
My Girl.
My Girl. That's back from what was it? The late 1980s, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
How about early 90s, 91? See, I was going early. I was going early.
It's set in the 70s, so that probably threw you.
72, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
And basically, this is a story about a little girl, and what's her name?
Veda.
Yeah,
thank you.
And Veda lives with her dad, who is a widower, and he's also He's the
crypt keeper.
Yeah,
he's an undertaker.
He works at a funeral home, right?
No, the funeral home is in their home. They
live
home.
In their home, which is a funeral home.
In their basement.
Right.
Yeah.
So this obviously kind of puts a lot of psychological weirdness on little Veda or Vega, whatever her name is.
Veda,
like Vader, but Veda.
Yes. Okay. Continue.
Darth Vader.
I think I'm done talking. So Sabrina, why don't you go ahead and tell us why you like this film?
Well, I like the actors are awesome, and this is one of the first Macaulay Culkin experiences we have, isn't it? It's before.
They came out around the same time. I think Home Alone actually did come out before this, but they were probably filmed around the same time.
Because he's very much the same age in both. So anyway, it's a good experience with him. He's just a quirky little kid, Thomas J. Mm-hmm. And he's Veda's best friend, and Veda's his best friend, and they are sort of the outcasts, you can tell, in the neighborhood. And they just live a few houses apart. Mm-hmm. And Veda's mother was, she did not survive childbirth, basically, as I understand in the story. And so Veda's been raised by her dad and her uncle. And the neighborhood, basically, because she frequently runs to the doctor's office to complain about symptoms she's having based on the charts she reads in her home, while she doesn't necessarily go down and look at the remains of the people that come through, but she reads their charts. And all of a sudden she takes on their symptoms and she runs to the doctor, and so they basically have a really open door policy with Veda. She just gets to run in and complain about it and see the doctor, and he talks her out of whatever she thinks she has, and it's quite extreme to the point where she thinks she has testicular cancer.
My prostate.
Once it hits your prostate, she just has a very, very funny way of saying things, and she's very matter of fact, and just a beautiful young girl who just is 11 years old. They're both 11, the two kids. And somebody comes in, and it's Jamie Lee Curtis who wants a job, and she thinks she's applying for a job at a beautician's salon when it's not. But she takes the job anyway.
Mortician.
Yes, mortician's job. And so she takes the job anyway, and she starts to befriend Veda and the neighborhood, and then they fall in love, she and Dad. And so all of a sudden Veda has to go through a series of emotional changes where, oh, this is not what I wanted. My dad's paying attention to her, not me. Needless to say, her symptoms start to increase.
Exponentially.
Yes. So anyway, they run away and they spend the day up in trees a lot, and stuff. And so anyway, the story takes a very tragic turn. And without giving away anything, I think that it's nice to save a few things for the viewer. But there is a tragedy in the picture, and it's how Veda handles that tragedy that finishes off the film.
So let me ask you, what is it about this film that you like so much?
I don't know.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I mean, besides the whole thinking she has all these diseases and stuff, because that's not you, do you relate to this girl because you see yourself in her?
As far as being an outcast and awkward, yes. Mm-hmm. Because I've always walked to my own drum major, so to speak. But I kind of do. But I mean, I didn't live in the same house all my life. I didn't know the same people all my life. So I really shouldn't say I have anything in common with her at all. But I do love the story. Mm-hmm. And it's just, it's adorable. And it makes you cry and it makes you laugh a lot. Dan Aykroyd plays the dad, and he's just a lovable, cuddly old guy, and you're just like, so not some of the other stuff he's done. But it's just nice to see all these people that you're familiar with be characters that you can easily buy into. Now, right. There's a grandma in this movie, and she's just hysterical. Yeah, she breaks into show tunes in the middle of a funeral.
Laura, you're a fan of this movie as well. Why do you like it?
I don't know. It tugs at my heartstrings a little bit because I do relate to Veda a little bit. Just the life that she lived. I mean, she was out all day, every day on her bike. Mm-hmm. She wasn't a prissy girl. She grew up without a mom, which that wasn't me, but I didn't do the makeup thing. I always hung out with boys. We got dirty, and, I was bossy like her.
Was?
And, yes, was. I'm totally not like that now. But, I remember being in elementary school, and my best friend was a boy. And he was kind of an outcast like Thomas J, and it kind of brings me back to summertime when I was a kid. So yeah, it's just a sweet movie all around, and I don't really recall anything that kids couldn't see in it.
It's a family movie.
Yeah. I agree with both of you guys 100%. This movie is definitely very, very good. It's funny. It's sad in parts. I almost cried. Where both of you guys cried as well.
And then he looked at me and went, "Oh, she's gonna cry."
He wants to be an acrobat. What, a gymnast? Was that it?
Terrible.
Why is that terrible? I said I almost cried.
Because you're mocking our pain.
No, I'm being serious. I almost cried in that same spot where you guys did.
She didn't say he wants to be an acrobat.
What did he say?
Not like that.
Just let the viewer find out for themselves.
Absolutely.
Oh, man, fine. It's called, have you guys seen the sequel, by the way? My
No.
Girl 2?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, we might have to review that, too. Coming up after the break, we're going to review not Twilight, not The Hunger Games, but the newest tween sensation, Divergent. That's next on Today's Talk, 930 KWOC.